We just saw The Boy Next Door, and on this show, I take my friends, we go see a movie, we review it in the car, and then we have a discussion. The review part is spoiler-free, so if you're looking for a recommendation or on the fence, you can watch the review and find out if we recommend the movie without getting spoiled. If you have already seen the movie or just want to know everything we thought and don't care about spoilers, watch the discussion part at the end, and we'll get into all of that as well. So, The Boy Next Door is a romance/suspense movie starring Jennifer Lawrence and Kirsten the Morning from Northern Exposure and some other actor like as the boy next door. I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name. Her friend is Kristen Chenoweth.
Yes. Is like the vice principal and her friend, and she's a teacher. And the whole premise of the movie is that she has sort of a one-night stand with this 19-year-old who lives next door, and he won't leave her alone and starts stalking her. Basically, he's blackmailing her because he holds all the cards. If someone finds out what they did, she loses everything she has. She loses her husband, she loses her son, she loses her job. So she basically, like, is between a rock and a hard place. Like, she can't confront him, she can't get help, she can't enlist help against him, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, she's written with absolutely no, like,
depth.
The word agency comes to mind. Like, Jennifer Lopez is essentially, I almost said Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lopez is essentially like a human doll in this movie. She just sort of like wanders from scene to scene going, no, we can't do this.
Don't make me. Yeah, I don't like it.
Don't do that. It's not nice. And I won't get into like everything, but because that's, not what we do in the review section. But it's terrible. It is just god awful.
It is sort of so bad it's funny at times.
Actually, I thought there was a point right around the end of Act 1 where I thought this is shot like a comedy, and the audience is reacting to it like it's a comedy, because everyone in the audience,
it's ridiculous.
Well, everyone in the audience knows what's going to happen,
right?
And it's shot in such an obvious way, like, and it leads in such an obvious way. Everything goes in the direction you expect it to go, to the point that it really wouldn't have taken much to make it into a satire of the same story that it was trying to tell. Like, you just need someone to give it, like, you needed her to give like an over-the-top, ridiculous performance. Like, Jennifer, she's not a bad actress. She's just, what they ask her to do in this movie is play the part of a moron who has no control over what's happening to her. Yeah. So, yeah, don't waste your time.
Really, ever. Don't rent it.
Don't rent it. It's not like Hold You Over Till 50 Shades of Grey comes out movie.
Although there is a sex scene, so I mean, I guess if you troll movies for the sex scenes.
There's a sex scene, but
no.
It's okay. So the guy is good looking, and J-Lo is good looking, but it's not like it goes much further than like something that you could do at work, like something you could show at work. You know what I mean?
I'm not sure that that's a fair thing to ask me, but sure, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like, yes. It's...
Right.
Like, she doesn't really get naked. And
no.
He does, like, you see his butt.
Yes, it's true.
And that's really about the extent of it.
Well, and I think, yeah, yeah. There are so many.
I mean, I can go into more detail, but I'll wait until we
Okay.
get to the spoiler
All right,
part.
we haven't gotten to the spoiler part yet.
But
Okay.
I mean, the sex scene is like,
Let's be done with the spoiler-free part.
it's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
Well, so I think, like, and this is my
All by itself. If you take it out of the movie and just watch it by itself, it's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. The movie is like a 2.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I think it's like it's the beginning of the reason the whole movie failed for me is that just the premise of it is that, like, here she is. What? How old would you guess she is? We'll say.
Well, I
her-
mean, J-Lo is like probably in her 40s, early 50s.
So a 40-something-year-old woman decides that a smart decision would be to sleep with the 20-year-old hot guy who lives next door.
It's not even that.
Like-
It's literally she never makes that decision. She says no the entire time. Now it's not rape or date rape. It's explained as she was vulnerable, she had too much to drink, she just kind of let him go for it. And when she wakes up the next morning, she's like, I've made a terrible mistake, and she wants to leave.
Right.
But she doesn't do any of those things in an adult
Yes.
way.
Yeah, that's why.
Like, when she wakes up in the morning, it's not, we need to sit down and have a conversation about this.
Mm-hmm.
I screwed this up. I'm really sorry. Let's talk through it. It's like, I got to collect my clothes and run in shame. It's like, no,
do my walk of
this
shame
is not
back next
how.
door.
This is not how
Adults. do
adults act, and that's not how adults deal with mistakes. And what, she's gonna run next door where the door's always open and the kid's always welcome anyway? Like, what? It's so stupid. It's stupid. Okay, review over, don't bother. We're going to go into spoilers. So,
We spoiled it already.
well, okay. So, everybody everyone that bought a ticket knows the premise of the movie. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see the kid, like, think he has this relationship with her that he doesn't.
and try and blackmail
And
her.
you want to see, like, what that is. And so, what I was hoping for, and I know that this is, like, way too much to ask, but what I was hoping for was that they would have some kind of a mutual relationship.
Yes, that there would actually be some tension there.
That it started
Yes.
from. That it
Yes.
started from. That, like, maybe they carry on for a couple of weeks
Right.
before the dad comes back and she decides that that's
Right.
not what she wants,
Or
or before
there's some
he
deeper connection.
before he goes crazy, before
Right.
she's fine with it until, like, he does something off, and then she's like, I don't think I can be with you.
Yeah.
Or he starts telling the son about it or something like
Right.
that. There's a way to do it where it was believable that they would have had this relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but instead it instantly goes to,
Hey, you were watching me naked.
but the second that she says, I made a mistake, the switch flips, and he's just an insane. And obviously they figure out later that he was insane before, and of course he was insane before,
Right.
because it certainly wasn't going to be like quasi forcing himself on J-Lo that was going to drive him insane. So that, like, none of that worked. And then the sex scene itself was like, there was like the focus on her breasts, which we never actually see. They do, like, everything but show her breasts. Like, he's kneading them at one point. Like, that's about as graphic as that gets. The most graphic part of the sex scene, honestly, is when he has his hand in her.
Yeah. Or
Underwear.
underwear. Yeah. And there's some gratuitous shots of J-Lo's ass.
I don't even remember her butt.
There
being
was
in it.
some.
I mean, and it's kind of hard not to notice it, but I didn't really notice it so much in this. There's a lot of shots before the sex scene of her just... The stuff that she wears around the house is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's always one sleeve and like...
I'm pretty sure it was just to prove the point that she doesn't wear any kind of undergarments ever. Because you can, like, there's no bra straps, there's, like, no underpants, because there's that, like, thigh high.
Well, and I thought that was going to be something that played into the story, but when she gets to his house, no, she's got, like,
her
the black bra and
on.
No, she's got a black bra and panties on.
Yeah.
She just comes over, like, at the last minute to fix the chicken.
Right.
And suddenly she has underwear on, and, like... She has, like, her nice underwear on instead of, like...
The matching underwear, yeah.
You know, she's like, are we here to film a sex scene of some kind?
I wore my matching underwear.
In more ways than one? And then, oh yeah, and so he takes hidden camera video of it.
How hidden could the camera have been with the giant wires running through the house?
It was the clock. So the clock had the camera in it that was transmitting wirelessly to a thing in the back. But instead of, like, it transferring wirelessly into the basement, it transferred wirelessly to this, like...
giant
adapter with, like, a gray, like, 10-gauge
extension cord
going into the basement that she follows down to a laptop. And instead of taking the laptop, she deletes the files on the laptop.
That are conveniently labeled.
Yes.
For her convenience. Yeah.
Claire Video. Mm-hmm. And then there's
2006 minivan. Yes. Which is awesome.
Apparently they couldn't find a sponsor for the minivan.
So she finds a file on the minivan, which is a file of the brake system to the 2006 minivan, which she realizes is the car that his parents were driving when they were killed. So then she just, like, apparently waltzes into the police station. Who was that guy?
What's super crazy is there's a scene that happens before she finds the files where the brakes on her husband's new Charger fail while the son is driving it. And they manage to, like, safely crash the car to where they can walk away from it. And there's a file on the computer that's, like, 2014 Dodge Charger brakes.
Like, from looking at it, it's like he only has 3 folders on his desktop. One.
Well, right. But this is my point. There's a folder that says 2014 Dodge Charger brakes and has, like, diagrams of the brake line system for a Dodge Charger, which we see them driving.
Right.
His parents, however, they don't get a make and model. They're driving a 2006 minivan, which is what it is called, which is what the police call it.
Because the police let her see the charred minivan remains. Because, of course they would. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, because she cracks the case. She goes down and tells the guy, one more thing. Did his parents by any chance drive a 2006 minivan? Yeah, it was a 2006
How'd
minivan.
you know that?
It was really weird because, like, no car company made it, and it wasn't like a model or anything.
An actual car.
I mean, Mini doesn't make a van, I don't think.
No. Yeah. So it was amusing and it's awkward.
The last scene is also so terrible.
Does it really count as a scene?
The barn fire?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it ends just, like, immediately after that. Mm-hmm. Her husband should not have survived the gunshot wound.
No, he shouldn't have.
Like, no.
He should have bled out before then.
If he hadn't died from smoke inhalation.
Right.
The son, who we've already established, like, has breathing problems and
Right.
he should have died too. But that scene is shot so bad, and it's all like, again, it's her doing the exact wrong thing every time. Like, her son yelling straight into her face, "Mom, Mom, look out." And she continues to, like, mess with the cables while he comes up behind her. Or
Who? What?
she shoots, or the
What's his name?
boy, Noah,
Noah.
shoots the dad,
Garrett.
Garrett, and instead of running, she, like, gets down next to him and is like, "Oh my god, oh
You've
my
been
god."
shot.
Yeah. Yeah, "Oh my god" is also her reaction when she finds Kristen Chenoweth's body. So Kristen Chenoweth is the only person that dies in this movie. Apart from the boy, who we assume is dead. Like, they also...
It's left. But
Well,
no,
they-
it could be a setup for a
They
sequel.
film it horror movie style where it's
Yeah.
like, you don't know for sure.
He'll
but-
be back.
Like, he didn't survive that. Also that, like... I don't know, like, who on the production was like, I have this really cool visual effect of an eyeball exploding. That we've got to put in there.
Yes.
Let's do, for the PG version, we'll have her just stab him in the eye with the EpiPen. But then I've got this insert shot that we can put into the R-rated version.
her gouging
Of
his
her
eye
gouging
with
his eye
finger.
out. Because that'll make all the women feel like, yeah, she got him.
That didn't work.
No, it was just gross and, like,
Yeah.
unnecessary.
Also, yeah. Why would you stab him in the eye? Like,
Well, after
so
stabbing...
he'll close one eye. He's still got another eye and the rest of his body.
That was my thing, was like, if you're gonna, like, burst one of his eyes, how about the one you didn't stab with the pen already? Like, why not get the one that he can still see out of?
Right, no. Put the epi in his heart and stop it. I mean, that's just my suggestion.
No.
Right? But,
She's not that smart.
well, I know.
She's not that smart. No. Like, if you yell into her face, "Mom, look out," she continues to do whatever she was doing.
She can't be interrupted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She acts the way that 19-year-old boys wish women acted. That they just kind of do whatever you tell them to do.
Maybe that's the issue here. Maybe this was actually written by a 19-year-old boy.
Unless that 19-year-old boy's name is Barbara or something. I think it was Barbara Rush was the name of the person that wrote it. Which doesn't sound like a real name, but, I mean, it's... And I would imagine that it's a story... Like, she wrote the story, but somebody else wrote the screenplay. Because it feels like... It doesn't feel like it feels like there was a concept, and then someone just, like, took this rubber stamp and went, bam! Thriller screenplay. It's still not worse than Mordecai. So I didn't lie on my video earlier today when I said that Mordecai was the worst movie in January. Well, that was The Boy Next Door. We took a bullet for you.
Yeah.
If you like the way we do these reviews, please like the video, subscribe. Check out our Patreon page. There's all kinds of nice prizes there and things like that you can do to support us. And as always, all the written video reviews that we do go up every week at dalemaxfield.com. Thanks for watching.